Alrighty, everybody, rock on, my friends, rock on! What's up, everybody? And all you metalheads, it is I, your metal god of extreme, Peter Joseph here, for a Saturday afternoon video, right here on Metal God 669. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down there in hell, otherwise known as the description box below, on this channel and my other channels as well. Show your love and support. Leave a comment on the video if you like, but don't leave stupid comments. You'll get sent to hell, where Satan will cut off your head, your arms, your legs, and your balls, and then swallow your soul. Kind of like The Rock, but that's another story for another time. So please do not do that. Respect my channel rules, and if not, get out of here, go fuck yourself, and pretty much you can rot in hell too. And that's that. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell. Basically, beat it like it's your bass guitar. And turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next video, because if you miss anything, you need to get slapped with a bass guitar violently in the face, because you're SOL, and if you don't know what that means, look it up, asshole. And that's pretty much it. And if you're brand new here for the very first time, you've never seen my channel before, or you're floating around YouTube at this time of day, or whatever you be watching, and you see my gorgeous sexy face, and you like the topic, you want to find out more, then you came to the right place. Like heavy metal and metal news and some other stuff, then you came to the right place, right here on the Metal God channel. So, if you want more, please subscribe to the channel, smash that like button to death, throw up the horns, or throw up the irons, as we all say in the business. Throw up those iron horns. Subscribe to the channel, share the video all over the internet, tell your friends that are metalheads and all that other good stuff. And when you do subscribe, as we always say here on this channel, my other channels as well, and in the business, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a cold one like this one, or whatever you got. Sit back, relax, put your feet up and enjoy the show. And if you like it, like I said, great, you know? There's the door. Don't let it hit your smelly, stinky, fat ass on the way out. Go to your boring channel that nobody gives two fucks about. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. Alright. Thank you all for watching right here on the Metal God channel. Once again, I'm Peter Joseph, one crazy metalhead. But I am a content creator talking about the world of music, movies, sports, mostly wrestling. But I do talk about like baseball and hockey and football and, you know, a few other things on my respective channels. So if you like the wrestling stuff, go to my other channels. Links are down below in the gobbledygook. But if you like metal, then you came to the right place. I do also do tribute videos to the faithful departed in the world of music, movies, TV, sports, wrestling, stuff like that. So, not all about death and everything like that. And I don't do videos for clout. If you think that, you need your head examined. A lot. So, but that's that. I do have a lot of music-related material on this channel. I got more coming your way. Hopefully this year, we'll see as the months go by. And, that's all I gotta say about that. Actually, if you want more music, I did my 2025 Rock and Roll Hall of Shame nominees video, so check that out a couple videos ago. And that's pretty much it. Let me move on with that. We did lose, Biggie's mom yesterday. Not gonna do a video about that, not because I don't want to, because it's not really much to talk about with, Miss Wallace, Biggie's mom. Pretty much the only thing I know about her is Biggie's mom, and she did a lot of things for her son. She was I think she was in the movie Notorious. Near the end of the movie, I think. But she did a lot of things. She was, semi-good friends with Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, whatever you want to call him. Founded the Christopher Wallace Foundation for Biggie's thing. I mean, Biggie's son, if you saw him, he was in the movie Notorious. He's big now. Looked just like him in the movie. It was just insane. Not Big Biggie, I mean Little Biggie. But that movie was like, what, 10, 15, 20 years ago, about? Nah, it had to be about 10, 15 years ago. So, I don't know how old he was in that movie, but now he's pretty big. Not big, large Biggie, you know what I mean, but don't know what that guy's what he's up to, but I wish him a lot of success in his life. And we will always remember Big Papa, We'll always love Big Papa. Not so much Diddy, because Diddy's a fucking pedophile, but that's another story for another time. And he really ruined Justin Bieber's career. It's like, good for him, too. That's all I gotta say about that. Bieber's the Antichrist. Fuck him. And fuck his fans. All one of you. But I digress. But in any case, yeah, fuck B. Diddy. But it is, what it is. That's, pretty much all I gotta say about that, too. So Biggie's mom, rest in peace, Miss Wallace, and I hope you're seeing your son up there in heaven with Tupac and everybody else that's up there, too. So, there you go. Anyway, minus all that, so we got that, but really, so I did like I said, I did the 2025 Rock and Roll Hall of Shame nominees, Billy Idol, Cyndi Lauper, Oasis, Black Crowes, and the list goes on and on and on. Voting is still open. I think it closes, in a month from now. I think it's April 21st, I think the date is when the voting closes, but still got a lot of time to vote for your favorite artist. And even Mariah Carey's might go in. I hope not, but because she's not rock and roll. Don't get me started with the Rock and Roll Hall of Shame. It is the most retarded Hall of Fame ever. Retarded. How can you have somebody like Mariah Carey, God forbid she goes in, how can you have somebody like her, and then somebody like I'll throw out a name, Shaka Khan. Now, no disrespect to Shaka Khan. I love Shaka Khan. But shouldn't there be a hip-hop Hall of Fame? Hip-hop R&B Hall of Fame? This is the Rock Hall of Fame. There is no connections between people like Mariah Carey and Shaka Khan in rock and roll. I know people like Missy Elliott are in. I have no disrespect to Missy Elliott, but she should not be in the Rock Hall of Fame. LL Cool J, why? Kool and the Gang, why? Nothing bad about them. I liked them back in the early 80s, but they're not rock and roll. They have no influence in rock and roll. I'm just saying, whoever runs the Rock and Roll Hall of Shame needs to be fucking, taken out to the woodshed and beaten severely. Like, what are you doing? This is rock, not rap, not R&B, soul, folk, whatever it is. It's rock, metal, classic rock. That's it. I'm just saying. And if you don't agree with me, well, fuck you, man. I mean, but the people that are in, I don't disrespect some of them. I just don't think they should be in a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You want to have people like Biggie and LL Cool J and Jay-Z, people like that? Then make your own freaking Hall of Fame. I don't care where it is. Could be in Harlem. I don't give a shit. Put them in there. Get them off the freaking rock and roll thing you see in Cleveland. That shithole that it is. I love to piss on that fucking shit. But, yeah, and I said that openly. I would take a piss on that fucking thing. It's garbage. And if I do go, I mean, I go in, but I go in for the rock and roll part. Not the, I don't want to see LL Cool J's, hat and shit, and boombox and shit like that. I don't want to see that shit. I want to go see Randy Rhoads' guitar. I want to see Ozzy's stuff. I want to see, all the metal people and the classic rock bands that I know and love, that I grew up with. That's all I'm going to go for. Everything else I could care less. But the Rock and Roll Hall of Shame is a joke. The Grammys, as me and metalheads say, the shammies, or the scammies, because they scam Metallica too much, and they scam metal. You don't see it on the TV show. And rarely you see a metal act play. Rarely. I mean, they fucked over Green Day, they fucked over Metallica, they fucked over so many metal bands, it's insane. I mean, they didn't fuck over In This Moment. I mean, they were nominated, that's great for them. They didn't win. At least they were nominated. At least they were nominated. And people are like, In This Moment, you can't win a Grammy. Kendrick Lamar wins 3 Grammys, In This Moment, shit. You know why? You know why you say that? Because the Grammys cater to that fucking shit. They don't understand real music. I mean, if Justin Timberlake wins a Grammy, great for him. I'm a big fan of Justin Timberlake. I mean, if Foo Fighters win a Grammy, great for them. I love the Foo Fighters. That's in the rock category. Anything else, I don't give 2 fucks about Taylor Swift winning Grammys. I don't give 2 fucks about Kendrick Lamar and his boring fucking mumble rap music winning Grammys. Don't care. I do not care. I don't like the music. And that's my prerogative. That's my preference. I do not like that type of music. I like old school rap that I can under-fucking-stand. Like Biggie, like Jay-Z, like Wale. Ludacris. In a way, Some songs are like, what? What is he saying? That's all I know, But I grew up on the old school rap, NWA. Biggie, Tupac, Eminem. And I do like Eminem. Nothing wrong with the guy. I like the guy. I like his music. I got his new album too. So don't say I'm just a metalhead. I listen to other things too. I don't discriminate on most bands and artists. But there's certain acts I cannot stand in different genres. That's just me. I can't stand Kendrick. Kendrick Lamar is garbage. Bieber is the Antichrist. And Bieber, going on Lip Sync Battle and performing Ozzy's Crazy Train, he basically killed his career with that shit. And then Ozzy killed him in a commercial. But I digress. But Bieber sucks. Where's it been lately? Who cares? He's staying home, being with his so-called decent-looking wife, Hailey Bieber. Did they have a kid together? Great for them. Well, one more Bieber to run amok around this fucking place. At least, hopefully, when that kid grows up, it won't be like his stupid dad. God forbid that kid gets into the music business. Ugh. I have to put up another boring as fuck Bieber. At least the kid will not get with Selena Gomez. That's the one thing I'll agree with. Don't get along with Selena Gomez. Boy, the relationship went downhill fast. And then she back and forth with the guy. I'm like, Selena, what are you doing? Get rid of this douche. Oh, he treats me so good. Yeah, I bet. with his small, probably small wang and everything, but, I mean, it is what it is. But freaking, man, Selena did so much better getting rid of that schmuck. I'm just saying. He really shouldn't be able to procreate, but he did, so good luck to him. I hope him and Haley and their kid have a good life. That's all I gotta say about that. But I can't stand Bieber. I cannot. And like I said, there's certain bands in metal that I cannot stand. Black Veil Brides is one of them. Hollywood Undead is another band. I cannot stand them. Why do I hate Hollywood Undead? Because they're emotionless and white wannabe. And pretty much, they copy other bands too. You don't see In This Moment copying anybody, do you? No. Motionless in White doesn't copy nobody. I mean, they have influences from, obviously, Sabbath and Ozzy and a few other bands. But they're their own band. They don't have to play a gimmick. Hollywood Undead is, they had Jacoby Shattuck from Papa Roach, and they had Spencer from Ice Nine Kills. That guy is a freaking legend, by the way. I mean, I like Jacoby Shattuck. I met the guy. Very good guy. Never met Spencer yet. I'm getting close to meeting him, though. Spencer's a great guy. He did a song with my sweetheart Ash Costello, whose birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, baby. Love you. But I digress. But, you know, I just don't like that particular band. I don't like Hollywood Undead. I don't like Black Veil Brides. I just think they're boring. Their music is okay, but I don't like listening to it. 36 Crazy Fists, another band I hate. Their fans are retarded. I went to a show, and In This Moment was the headliner, of course. I think this was on their, I think it was on their Black Widow tour. I think it was the Black Widow tour. Me and the missus went to, the Starland Ballroom, the legendary Starland Ballroom in Sayreville, New Jersey. Great place to go, by the way. Yeah, and they had, first two bands were great. I have one of their CDs. I forgot the name of it. The Filed, I think it was. Met them. Great people. I forgot the name of the first band. And then 36 Crazy Fists start coming on. And then a sea of fucking fans. And like, Slayer! All the Slayer fans going, Slayer! Coming to destroy people. Ah! Get away! Run away! The Slayer fans are coming to kill us! They started pushing and shoving, and I'm standing next to like 5 chicks. I'm trying to, have fun. I'm protecting people. Well, that's what I do at concerts. I mean, Rosa was, on the other side. And I had to worry about her, but she was fine. Because she was with, she was on the side of the stage. So I was like, oh, she's over there. Okay, I'm over here. I'm like, I should have been over here, where Chris usually is, but I'm over here, right in front of Maria, and I moved right after 36 Crazy Fists went off. Like an idiot, I went to the security pit. But I had a lantern, so I could do anything I want. I could have moved right in front of the fucking stage if I wanted to. But I decided not to. But it is what it is. But, yeah, those fans, I mean, I hate those fans. I hate fans that just start, like, right before the band comes in, Slayer! Not Slayer per se, but, bands I never heard of. Like, all these fans, ah! I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Calm down. But, yeah. But anyway, that brings me to this video. After 19 minutes of spiel. But still, that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. You don't like it? Tough shit. But anyway, as the title below says, now, I gotten messages, and I gotten, people that I actually know in real life, and yes, I do have real life friends, motherfuckers, and even people on my wrestling friends online and off. We talk about music pertaining to wrestling, and then we we hanging out, we're listening to some metal, we're listening to some rock, whatever it may be. And I always get the question, Peter, what bands do you like? Why do you like heavy metal? You know, why do you listen to In This Moment? Why do you listen to New Year's Day, Moses and White, Cradle of Filth, bands like that? You know, then I got people like, why do you listen to that crap? They worship the devil, they make your ears bleed. They don't sell records. They don't got a lot of Grammys. First of all, who gives a fuck if they don't have Grammys? It's all about the music. Doesn't matter how many fucking Grammys you got. Okay? Metallica has like, I don't know how many Grammys officially, but they got some Grammys. You know why? Because they're Metallica. Megadeth, in a way, they have some Grammys too, I think. Hello, me? Okay, Dave, stop. But anyway, but yeah. Why do I like metal? Because it sounds good. I grew up in the 80s, the greatest decade ever. You think otherwise? Fuck you, by the way. Because some of you grew up in the 90s and the 2000s. I grew up in Gen X, motherfuckers. You grew up in Gen Y and Z. But, you know, I'll tell you a thing or two about the 80s. It was just an amazing time. Amazing time. Great movies, great TV shows, and great fucking music. From dance music, freestyle, metal. Metal was like, it didn't even start really like, I mean, there were bands like Sabbath grew up in the 70s. Maiden. In some ways, Van Halen. You know, pretty much the forefathers of metal were Priest and Sabbath and Ozzy, you know, later on. But, you know, growing up as a little bambino in this so-called great city of Brooklyn, New York, you know, I didn't really grew up in metal. I grew up pretty much on classic rock. I listened to old school, Peter Frampton, bands like that. You know, I didn't really get into metal until like the early to mid 80s, and the first actual album I bought was Ride the Lightning by Metallica. Probably one of my favorite Metallica albums of all time. Then I started buying I bought Kill 'Em All, then I started going forward. And I pretty much have every Metallica album except Lulu. Sorry. I hate that album. And yes, I do have Saint Anger, which is a badly produced album. I still rocks. There's a couple banger songs on there, but I'm just saying. But yeah, so I started with Metallica. I didn't really get into the thrash metal bands like Slayer until way later. Exodus, you know, Anthrax, you know, the big four, basically. Megadeth, I got into, like, in the 90s. The early 90s with, Rust in Peace, and, you know, one of my favorite Megadeth albums, not Euthanasia, well, Euthanasia's okay, but, you know, what's the name of that album? Symphony of Destruction, I think it's called. I think that's the name of the album. I could be wrong. But yeah, that song and Sweating Bullets. Hello, me, read the real me. No, that song. That's when I started loving Megadeth. You know, Dave's crazy sometimes, but you know. But you know, I like the I like the the heavy riffs of Slayer and Metallica. I mean, Slayer, forget it. But you know, I started hearing fast metal. I was like, holy shit, this game is fast. It's hard. It's heavy. It's great. You know, Enter Sandman. First time I heard that, holy shit. You know, great stuff. I mean, I still go back to the 80s or the early 80s metal bands like Ozzy, early Maiden, when Bruce Dickinson joined the band, not before Paul Di'Anno. I mean, I do have the Paul Di'Anno tapes, but great guy that he is, God rest his mighty soul. But I like the Bruce Dickinson Maiden. Well, not I got Killers, I got Number of the Beast, and I don't have a lot of Maiden albums. I have some of them in my playlist, but like Stranger in a Strange Land, Run to the Hills, Number of the Beast, Hallowed Be My Name, those good songs. And I do have Senjutsu, which I think was the last studio album. I don't think they have a new one. I don't think they have a new album out. I have to look. But I know I have the last studio album, which is, I believe, Senjutsu. Underrated, by the way. And I've seen Maiden, finally seen Maiden. I used to hate Maiden. I used to hate them. Especially when, that tour where they got egged by fans because of Sharon Osbourne and everything, because they said something. I think Bruce said something about Sharon. Sharon's like, well, fuck you, Maiden, and had the fans throw eggs at Maiden. They had to go off stage, and I think it was at Ozfest. And I was like, well, fuck Maiden. Like, I'm not gonna listen to them except for a couple of songs, and then I'm like, But then, I was like, you know what? A couple years go by, I'm like, alright, I like Maiden. I'm gonna start listening to more Maiden. And I started listening to some of the back catalog. I'm like, oh, this is great, But I listen to some of the hit songs. I don't listen to some of the, deep cuts, as we call them, that you don't hear on the radio. But, I'm starting to respect Maiden, even Dio, even the great man that he is, Ronnie James Dio, the master of this, which is the Moloik. That's Italian for the evil eye. You can give the evil eye for protection. It can, give the evil eye, fuck you! Protection? Fuck you, But he created this, not you, Gene Simmons. Fuck you if you think that. But without this, there would be no metal. Pretty much. It's like saying there would be no metal if there was no Black Sabbath. And then people's like, oh, what about Led Zeppelin? Rory, no. Led Zeppelin's not a metal band. I'm sorry, they're a classic hard rock band. There is no metal in Led Zeppelin. They have heavy riffs, but they're not heavy metal. Black Sabbath is and will always be the forefathers of heavy metal. Then you got Priest, Maiden, Metallica, and the list goes on. But Sabbath was the pioneers of heavy metal. I'm just saying. But in any case, so like I said, I started my journey with metal in the mid-'80s with Metallica. Then I started getting into the 80s bands, the glam metal bands like Def Leppard, Bon Jovi, Duran Duran. They're not metal, but still, I love the 80s metal. It's just great. Rat, White Lion, who else? Firehouse was on the 90s-ish, but Pantera, 90s-ish, but, bands like that, Slayer, the early Slayer, when Kerry King had hair, but, and the late great, I can't think of his name, Jeff Fuck, that's his name, no, it's not Jeff, the old guitar player for Slayer. Great player. He's an amazing guy. I know Kerry King, he's a maniac on the guitar. He's a maniac, too. Not a maniac in real life, but he's a maniac on that guitar. And Tom, I almost said Tom Morello. That's another guy. Tom Araya. That guy can scream. Back then, now, not so much. But that guy's crazy too. And I met Slayer back in the day, back in like the 90s, early 2000s. Good stuff, man. But in any case, I grew up with that. Then I started evolving into the 90s. I started getting out of metal, liking Pink Floyd. I saw Pink Floyd in 88. Doing the Delegates on the Thunder Tour, which I was on, by the way, if you got the DVD. I also went to Italy to see them on the Live in Venice DVD. You don't see me, but I was there. But So I got into, the classic rock, the Pink Floyd years of the 80s, blah, 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 Metallica growing up, and then grunge came around, with Nirvana, Nirvana and Pearl Jam, and Soundgarden, and Stone Temple Pilots, and, am I missing a band here? So many grunge bands, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, bands like that. I like them, but I'm like, metal pretty much kind of went to the wayside when Kurt Cobain just came around and it's like, oh, fuck metal! But there's still some metal influences. Pantera was coming into the fold and everything. Judas Priest was, coming in with Painkiller! That one. A lot of metal bands were still putting out stuff, but it was getting overshadowed by grunge until pretty much Kurt Cobain died, sadly, in, I think, 90, when did he die of? 98, I think? 97, 98, somewhere around that time. And then we saw the resurgence of metal, which was called the new wave of not the new wave of British heavy metal, that's different. But we saw metal coming back and kind of merging with raps, like we called it new metal. We saw Slipknot come around, Limp Bizkit, I still call them Limp Dick Biscuit, but we saw bands like that. Linkin Park would come around later on, and then we started getting Creed, Nickelback, which I know everybody hates, Nickelback and Creed, I don't know why. I personally like the bands, don't shoot the messenger, I like Nickelback and Creed, and I did see Creed in November at MSG, with that 25th anniversary tour. Rocked that night. Scared them Cowboys. No, not Cowboys. Scared them New Yorkers that night. Great stuff. Disturbed comes around. One of my favorite bands, Disturbed, next to In the Small, of course. Disturbed comes around. Linkin Park. And then more bands came around, like Sepultura. The early Sepultura came around in the 90s, and then pretty much Max Cavalera was like, well, fuck this. He left to form, Soulfly. So, they come around, bands that are like, who are these? But they had metal roots, and Max Cavalera came from Sepultura, formed Soulfly, and they're still rocking out. I think they got like 12 albums out now. I can't count. Every time they put an album out, they have a song called Soulfly X or Soulfly X1. Like their latest one, not as the last album they actually had, I think was Soulfly 11 or 12, I forget. But Soulfly is still a great band. They have that Brazilian root, metal kind of thing. And metal is like global. You see different countries have bands, like Swedish metal, Norwegian metal, Viking metal. You have bands like Amon Amarth coming out of the woodwork. Arch Enemy comes out. They're not Swedish or Norwegian, but, I'm just saying. And you go to Japan. Japan has a ton of good freaking metal bands, like Hanabi, I should say, not Hanabi. That's all girls, mind you. But I don't understand what they say. Oh, yes, I do, because I have subtitles. But I digress. I don't even need the subtitles, and I can understand what the fuck they're saying. Just saying. But, I listened to a Taiwanese death metal band called Chthonic, way back in the day. It's still around, I think. But I love them. I know there's some, like, Russian metal, Ukrainian metal. I don't really listen to that, because I haven't heard it yet. But there's a lot of bands that I love. Lamb of God, Black Label Society goes, Zach Wild! That guy. That guy's a maniac. In person? Holy shit. I could tell you stories, but I'm not going to do that. That'll take me way too much time. But, Moses and White, New Year's Day, bands like that, not Annika, sorry, Avatar. There's a band called Annika, but it's their metal too, but, you know. But anyway, you know, Avatar, you know, all those other bands, I love. Why? Because I love the riffs. It's all about the music. You know, not so much about the stage presence. I mean, I love them to see them live. And I know in this moment gets a ton of BS. Because Maria, you know, back in the day, Maria was dressed up in her baby doll outfit. Guys are trying to get with her and try to look up her skirt and everything. Idiots. And I wasn't one of them. I respected her the way she looked. But, you know, going out in the crowd, not so much. Because I got nervous about that shit. But she had, like, 16 security guards around her, so it was fine. And stories I could tell you about those pits. I was in one of them at the 2009 tour. Maria just pulled me in. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And she's like, stay here. I'm like, okay. Stood around, all the people are going around me. I mean, Rosa, I had the tape. I don't have it anymore, which sucks. But Rosa could tell you stories too. But in any case, you know, that was amazing. Rosa actually got involved in a couple of mosh pits. One was at, this little tour, Rockstar Energy Tour. I think it was that one or Uproar, or maybe Mayhem. I forget which one. But it was one of them. Let's just put it that way. And Maria's doing Daddy's Fallen Angel, one of my favorite songs in the whole wide world. Probably one of my anthem for anger. I use it, you know, because I'm angry. I'm like, I put that song on. I'm like, oh, yes. You know, stuff like that. But they start that song. Maria does her speech. Says, I want all the girls to do a circle pit around the soundboard. And I'm just there standing. I'm like, okay. Have fun. You know, and I'm watching, you know, I'm on stage left. Looking at the mighty Chris Howarth, which I'll do a underrated guitars of all time video. Because he's one of them. Randy Weitzel, another guy. That's underrated. J.K. Lee. But anyway, so I'm over here. Stage left. You know, and Maria's going into the crowd, going to the soundboard, which is like, not a long way behind me. It was a few people behind me. You know. And, you know, I'm watching and I'm pretty much focused on the stage as a song's starting to kick in. And then I take a peek behind me. I'm like, Rosa was behind me at the time, before the music started hitting in. I look behind me and I'm like, where did you go? I'm like looking for Rosa, right? And then when Maria got back on stage, Rosa came behind me. I looked and she tapped me on the shoulder. I'm like, what the fuck? You know? I'm like, where did you go? He's like, oh, I was at the soundboard next to Maria. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Should have been me. No. But I'm like, you do know there was... Well, he's like, oh no, I was next to Maria and the security guard. I'm like, lucky you. But I got nervous, you know. I get nervous when Rosa goes with me to certain heavy metal concerts, and, you know, I get the VIP treatment, because I'm very important, Peter. But, you know, I have to worry about the missus. And she can throw down when she wants to, but, you know, most of the time she kind of stays away from the mosh pit. She stays far away. Far away. I mean, God forbid a wall of death starts happening. Oh, no! If you never witnessed or been in the wall of death, you are missing out. And there's been some great ones. There's been some really bad ones. I've seen them on YouTube. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Go! They're going like slow. Like, what are you doing? Run! Fucking idiots. Those are not metalheads. I'm sorry. And you know, you know, you go in a mosh pit. They have that old sayings like "go in at your own risk." I knew that firsthand. I went to a show. It was Kitty, Straight Line Stitch, Soil, the second version of Soil, and I forgot who opened. I think it was God Forbid. the band, God forbid, and doing Soil's freaking set. And there wasn't a lot of people there because it was at BB King's at the time, back in the early 2010s, I think. And I'm there, Rose is, on the side of the stage, because VIP, of course. And I'm, like, hanging out, Soil, just kicking ass. Next thing you know, like, 15 people started doing the mosh pit, so I started, like, moving away a little bit, because I didn't want to get hurt that bad, And then some guy just goes, bleh! Pushed me almost off the entire dance floor, because it was BB King's, if you've been there. Pushed me off the floor, I almost fell on my ass. I know a lot of people are like, fuck you. But, I didn't fall down, I just, like, got pushed off the freaking dance floor part. I came back, and I just stood there like I didn't feel like, yeah, come on, do it harder, And then the new lead singer of Soil at the time was, like, high-fiving fans. And I'm like, hey! And he missed, but he came back to me. Shook my hand. I'm like, yeah, you rock, man. And then after the whole fucking show ended, I started meeting, I met Street Light Stitch after the show. I started talking to Morgan and Mercedes from Kitty. I love those girls, religiously. Then the guy, the actual lead singer of Soil was talking with Straight Line Stitch, blah, blah, blah. So I took a picture with the lead singer at the time, and they're not together anymore. Obviously, I don't think they are. I talked to her for a little bit. I think her name is Alexis. Got a picture with her. I still have it on my Facebook page somewhere. Talked to her, and then I recognized the lead singer of Soil. I go, hey, I say, hey, thank you for shaking my hand. I thought you forgot about me. No, I didn't mean to do that. I was like, dude, And we talked for like 10 minutes. Good shit. That's why I work in music. I don't work anywhere else. I work in the music business. So you think otherwise? Fuck you, because you don't know me. So, I'm just saying. Putting that out there that I legit work in music. And I make good money at it, too. Writing articles, writing this and that, and I'm making good money. Promotions. I used to work at Roadrunner back in the day. They're still around, but not, they're way different now than they were then. Different bands are on there now. Like, when I was there, they had, Earth Crisis, Soulfly Started, Sepultura, Max Cavalera's Sepultura. Actually, no. The new version of Sepultura with the, I forgot his name, he's an African-American guy. Big guy, too. My last day, I was interning for them, this was before I even started work with them. I interned there 1 year, and my last day working as an intern, I met Sepultura. How great is that? And then when I started working at Roadrunner a couple years later, after I finished college and everything, blah, 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 Slipknot came in a few times, and in this moment actually joined Roadrunner, and I was actually there when they joined Roadrunner, and they did a meeting. I wasn't in the meeting, obviously, but I hung out with Maria and Chris after the meeting. We just chilled and stuff like that. Talked about the album a little bit. Good stuff. Black Label Society joined Roadrunner. Love that. Moses and White, I think, joined Roadrunner. But Roadrunner was a great record label. Like, Century Media. Ugh. Gonna be started with them, because Indus Mo was on Century Media when he first started, and they fucked them over pretty much after the third album, after Blake Blenzel and Jesse Landry, who left the band after The Dream, the second album, because he went on to become a pilot. Great for him. And Jeff Fab, the mighty Jeff Fab, and how he's now is in Black Label Society. Lucky guy. They left. Blake and Jeff went to be in Adam Durbin's band, the guy from, not Adam Levine, what's his name? The guy that went on to join Queen momentarily. Adam Lambert. Not him. It's, so I was like, Blake and Jeff joined up with, I forgot his. I said his name. I forgot it. But they joined up with him, and then Maria and Chris were like left with like a band. They didn't know what they were gonna do. They find Randy White, so they find Travis Johnson, who used to be in a band, but then they did that. They found Kyle Conker, who was in the band for just the recording. Then he did a few live shows, and then Travis took over because Kyle joined Bad Wolves after that. And then they found, at the time, Tom Hain, who did the Blood and Black Widow. Then he left, and then now they have Kent Dimmel on the Skins, who's been on with the band ever since. But the band sounds, I would say they sound better than the original in this moment with Blake, Jeff, and Jesse Landry. I'm not saying anything bad about those guys, but still, I miss the old days. I do miss the old days in this moment. I miss Blake, I miss Jesse, and I miss Jeff. I talk to Jeff once in a while, but he's always busy with his solo work, and he's way busy with Black Label Society, who just came out with a new song yesterday called Lord Humongous. Zach's craziness, again, rears its ugly head. But it's a great song. Check it out on YouTube. Killswitch Engage just came out with a new album. Good stuff. With the old lead singer, not Howard Jones. I like the Howard Jones era Killswitch. Not that much of Jesse Leach, the old lead singer. Now he's back with the band. Nothing wrong with the guy, but I like Howard Jones a little bit better. Just saying. Ozzy came out with a new song, probably his final song that he'll record ever, called Gods of Rock and Roll, with his good buddy Billy Morrison and Steve Stevens. He hangs out with that guy named Billy Idol. Good stuff. Good stuff. Disturbed came out with a new song called, I think it's called I Will Not Break. And they're coming to MSG next month. And I'll be there. I will be there. Because it's on the 25th anniversary of Down With The Sickness. The first album. I love Disturbed so fucking much. Almost as much as I love In This Moment. And pretty much metal has saved my life. I've said that a few times. In This Moment was really the first band to actually save me from suicide way back when. Like when they first came out. And then Disturbed, and then New Year's Day, Papa Roach, with their songs about suicide and stuff like that. But, anyway, so that's really why I love metal, because, one, it saved my life many times. Two, I love the riffs, I love the bands. And, three, I don't worship the devil. I know I'm wearing a cross. I'm like, oh, I love God, I'm preaching God. I'm not really preaching God, I'm just like, turning my life to God. I'm not, this and that, blah, 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 that, people say, oh, you like God, you're preaching God, you're talking about God so much on your community post, blah, blah, blah. But you're listening to bands that make your ears bleed and worship the devil. What band worships the devil? Anyone? I don't think there's any band that worships the devil. There may be songs talking about the devil, like Sympathy of the Devil. But Ozzy sang in Rock and Roll Rebel, I'm a rock and roll rebel, I'm just a rock and roll rebel, you must be stupid or blind, I worship the devil. But they don't worship the devil at all. There's songs about the devil, but they don't worship the devil. I'm just saying. And the second part of that makes my ears bleed, yeah, in a good way. Not a bad way. Like, oh, my ears are bleeding! My eyeballs are coming out of my head! You're dripping up my nose and testicles like lawyers. No. I don't listen to heavy metal just because I worship the devil. I don't, because I'm a good Christian boy. I don't do that shit. I don't, that stuff. I don't do that. I don't worship the devil, this and that. I don't listen to it because it makes my ears bleed. In a good way, it does. And like, oh, you listen to bands so it makes you slit your wrist. I'm like, shut the fuck up! I know that, you know, Slayer had that little thing where people slitting their wrist, putting Slayer in their wrist. I mean, that's them. That's back in the day. I don't think they do it now. If they do, that's... Might have to talk to some of you people. But I wouldn't go that far to worship a band. I'm just saying. But, yeah, I don't listen to bands just, you know, that make you want to slit your wrist and make your ears bleed. Yeah, they'll make my ears bleed in a good way, not a bad way. Okay? Go listen to your garbage mumble rap, your garbage so-called metal bands. Go listen to your shit. I'll listen to my shit, okay? But that's really why I listen to metal. The riffs, and the music, and the presentation of the band. If I see them live, I want to see them live. I love seeing In This Moment live, Metallica, Megadeth. Good stuff, Theatrics, you know, this and that. You know, within this moment, you know, they're crazy, but, you know, it's good crazy. You know, Rose doesn't like it so much because, you know, Maria's influence, you know, her influenced stage presence. Not stage presence, you know, her wardrobe changes every every song is, you know, Rose is not into that. I mean, she still loves the band, but, you know, she just doesn't like Maria's, you know, theatrics on stage that much. That's her. I'm like, you know, we have to, you know, jibber jabber every you know, a little bit, like, oh, you know, I like her, but, you know, she's just weird. I'm like, well, yeah. You know, but like I said, I told her this a lot of times. Bands evolve. They have to change their, you know, change with the times. They have to change their, you know, their stage presence. They just can't do the same fucking tour every fucking year. Poison. Sorry. You know, you have to change the stage look. You have to change the stage because you got a new album out. You want to have like a backdrop with the new, you know, the new album and stuff. You know, Maiden does that. You know, on their somewhere back. Oh, I think it's Future. Well, now I think it's called Somewhere Back in Time tour. I don't know what it's called now, but they're coming back this year too. You know, and they changed their you know, on stage they changed the set during the show, and Eddie comes out. You know, either from the stage or, you know, the big Stormtrooper Eddie going after Bruce Dickinson and failing. Eddie! You know. Eddie! Eddie's probably one of the greatest freaking metal mascots ever. Next to Scully from Megadeth, but just saying. And, Disturbed's, I don't even know that guy's name. You know, you see, every Disturbed album, you see the Skull guy. I don't even know what they call him. But then Megadeth runs, every time you see Scully, you like... But every Iron Maiden album, I mean, Eddie's in some sort of thing, you know. He's a mummy, he's a stormtrooper, he's a... You know, in Senjutsu, he was a fucking ninja. Or a shogun, whatever it is. But, I mean... Eddie is Eddie, and he always will be Eddie till, you know... In this moment, like, Iron Maiden hangs it up. It's just, might be soon, you know, the way that, they're going. They're like 60s and their 70s, I think. Metallica's in their 60s. They still rock. Live. They'll never stop touring, but, you know. No, we're gonna retire! No, we're coming back in 2 years! Motley Crue. Kiss. You know, so many bands I say we're gonna retire. No, we're not gonna retire. Nobody ever retires, because there's so much fucking unreleased shit coming out. They don't fully they retire from going on tour like Ozzy's going to be doing in July. His final show is in July with the Black Sabbath thing. The Farewell to Black Sabbath thing. But who knows if Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward are gonna go. And I was like, oh, well, Ozzy can't move. Let's just bring in Ian Hill. Not Ian Hill, sorry, no, let's bring in the guy from Deep Purple, you know? Once again. Just, you know, let's bring in... we can't bring in Ronnie for Heaven and Hell, because sadly Ronnie has passed away a long time ago. Yeah, I would bring in the guy from Deep Purple if he's still alive. I think he might actually be there at that July concert, because he was in Black Sabbath for in the 90s. Almost said Ian Hill. Ian Hill is in, I think Ian Hill is in Priest, by the way. He was in Ozzy, actually. I didn't even know that. I was like, when did he come into Ozzy? I didn't remember that. Shit. But great bass player, though. Great bass player. Great. Geezer's better, though. Geezer and let me kill myself from Motorhead. We ready rock and roll. Rock out with your cock out. Alright, you know. Geezer and Lemmy are probably the best bass players of all time. Bar none. I know that, you got, Geddy Lee from Rush. You got other bass players that are great. Jason Newsted, Rob Trujillo. There's a few others that are great. Michael Anthony of Van Halen. But, you look at bass players, Geezer and freaking Lemmy. 1, 2. Right there. Without them, there will be no metal. I'm just saying. Prove me wrong otherwise. If you think Geezer and Lemmy are not 1, 2. I put Michael Anthony at 3, Geddy Lee at number 4. Just saying. Alright, that's all I gotta say for now. I know this is very long, like longer than I wanted to go, but I don't care. But this is my video about why I love heavy metal music, because I love the riffs, I love the theatrics, I love the people, I love the bands, and if they make my ears bleed, great! But they're not gonna make me slip my wrist. I don't worship the devil because of the bands and shit like that. Blah, 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 blah. You think that you need your head examined. A lot. And go listen to your bands that you like if they're in heavy metal. Go listen to them. Don't bash In This Moment because they don't have any Grammys. Their music sucks. They don't suck. You suck because you have a bad opinion about them. A worthless opinion. And they don't, the band doesn't care, the fans don't even care. Because I know there's, deep down, you listen to In This Moment. You do. Don't lie. I don't like them, I don't listen to them. You do. You should look at my community post and hit the play button on In This Moment. You listen for 5-10 seconds, at least you still listen to it. Just saying. But I move on with that. But anyway, that's my video. Thanks for watching, and let me know your thoughts and opinions about why you love heavy metal, and what bands do you like, and why do you like the bands, and, memories and stuff like that. But let's have a discussion about that. Put your good comments down below, because bad comments, bye-bye, so long, farewell to you. And if you don't like it, tough shit. And that's that. Alright guys, for all you wrestling fans, I'm going to be doing my SmackDown review in a little bit as we get into Collision at 8 o'clock, about an hour and a half from now, on that great station of TNT. Should be a pretty good show tonight on Collision, because we're getting close to the Revolution, and it's going to be a big week next week in San Diego for AEW, and also Raw and SmackDown going to have their go-home shows this coming week before the Elimination Chamber next Saturday night. That's going to be interesting with what happened on SmackDown last night with Cody and The Rock. Now, what's going to happen with the Men's Chamber? What's going on? Is Cody going to join up with The Rock? Be the corporate champion? He's going to turn evil? Or is he going to deny The Rock? And then something happens in the chamber. This is, he did this last year. When he did that WrestleMania kickoff thing, he joins up with Roman. Cody wanted to face Roman on night 2 of Mania because he won the Royal Rumble and he wasn't really supposed to win the Royal Rumble. He wasn't supposed to face Roman, but thanks to Punk getting hurt, the little fragile prick that he is, they went with Cody. Cody picks Roman, which he wasn't supposed to do. Because it was really supposed to be Rock Roman. But what happens? Fucking Cody and his stupid crybaby fans say, "We want Roman." That match happens, and we get night 1, which Roman and Rock beat the fuck out of Cody and Seth freaking Rollins. And then Cody finishes his story, Jordan. He finished his story. He beats Roman, and now he's been champ for almost a year. Horrible reign, by the way. And now, everybody's like, The Rock comes out, does the most awkward promo ever. I thought they were gonna, legit kiss. I'm like, ugh. And now everybody's like, is Cody gonna turn heel? Is he gonna dye his hair black, become corporate Cody, like he was in the Bullet Club? Back in Ring of Honor / New Japan? And a little bit of TNA? Is it gonna be that Cody? Or is Cody gonna be the same old boring as fuck Cody, and then somebody else like Punk joins up with Rock to be the corporate champion in the new Corporation 2.0? I guess, they did that promo basically to freaking make us watch the Elimination Chamber next Saturday. That's all it is. But, we'll see if Cody joins the dark side. Not that it'll help him anyway, but... originally they said they were going to have Cody versus The Rock, title for title. But, now if they do that, what do you do with the Chamber? Who wins the Chamber? Who gets the title shot? Or you do what you did last year, you have Rock Cody on night 1 in the main event, and then you have Cody, if he wins Rock's belt, he defends both belts against Punk or Cena. Most likely be Cena. What does Roman do? Probably be facing Seth Rollins, because there was stories about Roman coming back at the Chamber to fuck Seth Rollins up. They're going to have a match. And then maybe they throw in Punk, because what are you going to do with Punk? They have a triple threat match, Roman, Seth Rollins, and Punk. Hopefully Roman smashes both of them. At least Punk gets his Mania moment, his main event shit. Or he loses, Roman versus Seth, and then Punk somehow gets the favor from, my name is Paul Heyman. Maybe he faces The Rock, I don't know, or he faces Cody. I don't know what happens. Just hypothetically saying. I'll talk more about it in a little bit, but give you a little preview of that, but that's that. So anyway, thank you for watching my video. I know it went an hour. Sorry about that, but I had a lot to say about why I like heavy metal and kind of putting the people that don't like my bands, pretty much the rest. I know they'll still talk, and I don't really give two fucks about, them bashing my favorite bands. I don't care. I don't care. Go listen to your boring bullshit. Go listen to Kendrick Lamar. Go listen to Ren, and go listen to, Hollywood Undead, and all those other garbage metal bands that you listen to. If you listen to Maiden, you listen to Ozzy, great. That's good for you. Good for you. But still, you don't know nothing about heavy metal like I do. And about the music business. And I don't have to debate anybody about it. It's just a proven fact. I don't need to debate and waste my time and energy on a bunch of nobodies that think they know more metal than me, because I don't. They don't know the insides and outs of the music business, because I worked there. So, kiss my ass if you think otherwise. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody, and until next time, I'm Peter Joseph signing out. Peace out, rock on, and rock hard with your coot, like Lemmy would say. And if you're not down with that, well, I got 3 words from you from the great Maria Brink of In This Moment. Fuck you, man. You don't like my band? You don't like my friends? You don't like heavy metal? Well, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. And that's it. Until next time!